Hey friends, welcome to my channel. So in our last video, we saw the approach to solve linear optimization problem. Today we will see the demonstration of the same problem. So if you have not seen my previous video, I would suggest all of you to please go and check it out because the equation that we will be using today is the one that we have created in our previous video. So I'll put the link in the description box. Please go and check it out. Also, this is my new channel, so please subscribe. So for today, we will start with our problem statement. So the problem statement was a cargo plane had 3 compartments for storing cargo, front, mid and rear. These compartments have the following limits on both weight and space. So for front section, mid section and rear section, they have given few limitations on weight and volume. Furthermore, the weight of the cargo in the respective compartment must be the same proportion of that compartment weight capacity to maintain the balance of the plane. The following cargoes are ready to be shipped in the next flight. The details are as follows. So they have given us 4 cargo for which they have mentioned the weight, volume and profit as well. Any proportion of this cargo can be accepted. The objective is to determine how many of each cargo should be accepted and how to distribute each among the compartment so that the total profit of the flight is maximized. Now I hope all of you remember the equation that we have created in our previous video. So we had total 4 equations. The first equation was related to the weight of the cargo. The second equation was of weight of compartment. The third equation was related to the capacity of cargo and compartment. And the fourth equation was to achieve the profit. Now I quickly go back to my Microsoft Excel and I'll show you how to add all this equation that we have created to get an optimal solution. So I'll go back to my Microsoft Excel. Okay. So in my Excel sheet, I have added all those values which was present in the question itself. The volume, profit, compartment weight and compartment capacity. All this information was given in the question itself and I have just added them here. Also, I have added the equation that we have created in our previous video. Now let's apply the docs method. So first we have to identify our decision variable. Now as I explained, decision variable is a value which help us to identify our final optimal solution. So in this case, our objective is to find the distribution of each cargo to each compartment, and based on that we have to find out our maximum profit, which means we have to identify the values from B6 to E8. So the values from B6 to E8 becomes my decision variable. The now next objective was to identify the objective. So my objective here was to maximize the profit. And for that, we already have created an equation to achieve the profit. So I'll add this equation to my profit column. Now if you look at the equation clearly, it says 310, which is my cargo 1 profit, should be multiplied by each section value to achieve the profit for cargo 1. So what I'll do is, I'll add a column called total compartment value and I have sum up the values of all the 3 sections or all the 3 compartments. Similarly, I have copied this formula and I have pasted it for all the cargo values. So these value, the total compartment will provide me the sum up value of each 3 section. Now I'll add the formula, the equation that we have created for profit. So it will be 310 multiplied by total compartment value for cargo 1 plus 380 multiplied by total compartment value for cargo 2 plus 350 multiplied by total compartment value of cargo 3 plus 285 multiplied by total compartment value of cargo 4. Now there's another method of writing this formula. If this formula looks bit lengthy to you, you can write this formula in this way as well. You have to apply sum product function and you have to give the array values. So here I have multiplied the profit value with my total compartment value. So the profit value becomes my one array, comma, the total compartment value becomes my second array. Both this formula will give you the same result. Now I have applied the profit equation. Now my objective was to identify the maximum profit which my solver will find out. So I'll go back to my solver. So here, since my objective was to identify the maximum profit, I'll click on max, and in the objective I'll provide the cell address value of my profit column. Okay, so I'm saying that I need to maximize my profit value. The second part is by changing which variable cell. Now it means that you have to identify profit, but how can you identify profit? By which variable cells? By changing which variable cells you need to identify the profit. Now in this case my question was to identify the distribution of each cargo into each compartment, and based on this distribution I want to identify my profit. So I'll put my decision variable columns in this section. By changing variable cell, I'll put my decision variable columns. The third part is to identify the constraint. Now we have already created an equation for the constraint part. We'll just add this equation as it is in my subject to constraint column. So to add this, we'll first look at the first constraint equation. So the first equation was related to the cargo weight, which says that for cargo 1, the total compartment value for each section should be less than equals to 80. So I'll click on add, and I'll add this formula. Now x1 is my cargo 1, y1, y2, y3 is my three section compartment. So I've already summed up the value in the total compartment value. So I'll take this value for cargo 1. The total compartment value of cargo 1 should be less than equals to 18, which is my total weight of the cargo. So the equation will be B9 should be less than equals to B10. So we have created equation for we have added constraints for the first cargo. I click on add. Now for the second constraint, it is C2, and for that y1, y2, y3 value should be less than equals to 15. So the total compartment value should be less than equals to 15, which is my weight of the second cargo. So I've added both the equation here, but there are two more cargos, so I will add the other part as well. Third cargo should be less than equals to 23, add. Fourth cargo should be less than equals to 12. So you can see that we have successfully added this first formula, the cargo weight formula, in our constraint. So we have successfully added our first constraint. Now let's add a second constraint. The second constraint was related to the compartment weight. Now here it says that for compartment weight, that is for front section, each value cargo 1, cargo 2, cargo 3 and cargo 4 should be less than or equal to 10. So what I'll do is, I'll close this. I'll create a total column here as well, and here I'll sum up the value of each cargo for front section compartment. I'll copy this value and I'll paste this for each section. So for front section, mid section and rear section, I'll get the sum up value of each cargo values. Now I'll go back to my solver again, and I will add my second constraint. So I'll click on add, and my second constraint was x1, which is my cargo 1, y1, which is my front section. So we are looking at the front section compartment now. So x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 should be less than equals to 10, which is the total weight of the compartment. So I'll click on total. I'll provide the cell reference of total for front section, and it will give me the sum up value of each cargo, and it should be less than equals to the total weight of the compartment, which is 10. Click on add. Then I'll look into the second constraint, which is my mid section. So I'll click on second total value. It should be less than equals to 16. Add. And the third total value, which is for rear section, and it should be less than equals to 8. Okay. So now we have added our cargo weight as well as compartment weight. Now the third equation was related to the capacity of both cargo as well as compartment. Now if you look at the equation properly, it says that the 480, which is my volume of cargo 1, should be multiplied by y1, which is my front section compartment, and plus 650, which is my cargo 2 value, should be multiplied with the front section value of cargo 2, plus 580 should be multiplied with front section value of cargo 3, plus 390 should be multiplied with front section value of cargo 4, and it should be less than equals to the total capacity value, which is 6800. So I'll close this solver again. I'll add a column here called available capacity, and in that what I'll try to do is I'll try to create this first half equation. So basically I'll try to multiply the volume value with the front section cargo value. So we'll apply that formula over here. So as I said, you can use the sum product value, else you can put that lengthy formula. I'm using the sum product value. So my sum product to multiply the volume with the front section value. Similarly, for mid section, I'll be using the volume with the mid section value. For rear section, I'll be using the volume with the rear section value. So now we have created the available capacity column, which gives the first half of this equation. Now let's add this in our constraint. So I'll go back to my solver again. I'll click on add. Now to add the capacity of both cargo and compartment weight, what I'll use is available capacity, as I've already created the first half of this equation. So I'll use available capacity of front section should be less than equals to 6800. Add. Available capacity of mid section should be less than equals to 8700. Add. Available capacity of rear section should be less than equals to 5300. Click on OK, and you can see that all the constraints has been added in our constraint section. Now since we want to solve this by using simplex method algorithm, I'll be clicking on option simplex method algorithm. There are other algorithms as well present, so but we will today we will look at only at simplex method algorithm. So I'll click on simplex. Now we have provided all the information to solver. We have provided the objective function, and we have asked them to maximize the profit. We have provided the decision variable, as well as we have provided the constraint as well. Now click on solve and see what optimal solution solver has given us. So click on solve. Okay, then there is some formula issue at objective cell content, so I'll go back and look at there. Okay, so it looks like my value has been changed over here. The objective function was the profit one, so I'll click on profit cell address and I'll click on solve. Click on OK, and you can see that we have received an optimal solution. So the solver has given us the maximum profit Also, it has given the distribution of each cargo into each compartment. Also, this, here you can see this is 2 because I was explaining you the sum product solution, sum product formula, how you can use the sum product formula. So here you can see that we have received the optimal solution as well, and we have received the distribution as well. I hope you like my video. Please don't forget to share, subscribe and comment. Also, if there is any specific topic that you want me to explain, then please do let me know in the comment box. Thank you for watching my video.